Felicity with Get Your Rock Out here, talking to the wonderful Dave Evans. Last time we saw you was 2 years ago when you toured the UK. Tell us everything you've been up to since then.
Wow, everything.
Where to start?
Well, after the UK, I went to Italy and did a show in Rome, which was fantastic. Then I went back to Australia, and I've been working in Australia. And time just flies. It doesn't seem like 2 years, really. And so I got the opportunity to come back to Europe with the Norway tour, which was fabulous. Norway itself is just an amazing country. It's just one of the most beautiful parts of the world. And so I got in touch with Rock Sector Records, my UK label here, and because I wanted to be back. And so it was an opportune time. I'll be in Norway. Let's take the UK tour onto the Norway one, which they did, which is fantastic. And Chris Appleton from Rock Sector Records is also in my UK Badasses, my band. Put together a great little package, and so here I am back in the UK.
That's wonderful, and like obviously you get different people every bit of the tour you do to play with. Do you find that hard to deal with?
No, not really. I usually check them out on YouTube to see the musicians and who they are, that kind of thing. And all they have to do is learn my music, whether it's in the USA or Norway or UK or even Australia for that matter, and just rehearse with them when I arrive. Usually just 1 or 2 maybe rehearsals, and to give them a bit of a rev, explain what this Aussie hard rock's all about, get their attitude right, and then we just get on there and kick their heads in.
And I know this is an awful question to ask, but have you got a favourite bunch of guys to tour with?
Well, oh gosh, that'd be terrible to say yes or no, but no, they're sort of different. The American boys are typically American, and I really like that. The British boys, well, they're British, and I love that about them. And the Norway boys, they were fantastic too. So no, they're a good bunch of guys, and the thing is, what sort of gels with all of us is they love my music, and that's the conduit, I suppose. And we get on great together, all of us, and have a ball. And of course, when you're having successful shows and you're really blasting the audience, and the audience are going crazy after every show, it certainly is a bonding between all of us, so yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And do you find yourself kind of missing them when you leave?
Yeah, yeah, I always do. When I'm back in Australia or wherever I am, I miss the boys. I miss my mates there in the US. The Norwegian guys, they're just the best guys. And when I was away from the UK, I thought of my UK Badasses, and a great bunch of guys. They're mates forever. So yeah, I do miss them all. Yeah, sure do.
And what do you do when you're recording?
What do? I usually use my Australian boys. The guys up in Newcastle, with Mark Tinson, of course, who used to be in Rabbit with me. I write songs with him, and he produces my album, and he's got the Newcastle boys up there. They know what to do, and they're a great bunch of musicians. They're fantastic, and with a minimum of fuss and a maximum of energy, we put it all down.
And like as you said, you've just finished touring in Norway now. Have you got a particular highlight from that?
Yeah, I guess so. The first show that we did was at Trondheim, a big concert there, and I headlined that with Twisted Sister and The Darkness, and it was nice to meet Dee and the other boys, and it was a great concert to kick off the tour. It was on national TV and that kind of thing, so that was fantastic. And also towards the end, I headlined a big outdoor festival at Trysil, which was again a highlight. Yeah.
And do you have a favourite when it comes to festivals or the venues?
I like the bigger festivals, obviously, because you've got a great big sound system and you've got masses of people out there and everyone's excited, and the more people the merrier. But smaller clubs are cool too, because it's more of an intimate sort of atmosphere. I can sort of see their faces up close and personal, even in the back row a lot of the times, if the lights aren't too bright in my eyes. And I can sort of have a bit of a joke and a sort of personal banter with the crowd, and so it's a different kind of performance, but still very gratifying, and they love it too. So yeah.
And do you find the audiences are more receptive of one or the other?
No, as I say, it's a different kind of performance. You've got to really read the audience. Every performance that you do is different. It should be handled that way, no matter what. So if it's a huge crowd, you learn through experience how to get the whole crowd in with you and to enjoy that, and the smaller ones as well. So both can be really, really enjoyable. Yeah.
Fantastic, and this is the first night of your UK tour, so it's all very exciting. What are you looking forward to most about it?
Just getting out there with the local crowd, because they're sort of it's the UK Badasses. They're from Manchester, and this is a Manchester crowd, so it'll be nice to kick off with the partisan local crowd is packed downstairs, and just a good feeling for everybody to kick off the tour. Yeah.
Brilliant. And is there another city that you're really looking forward to after last time?
Not really. Every city's different, and I just take each one as it comes, and as long as the audience has a fantastic time and there's smiles all around, as there always is, it doesn't really matter where I play.
So for people who are watching this, who are thinking, oh, I might go and see him on this tour, I might not, what can you say to them to convince them?
Well, if you want to be happy, my job is to make people happy, and that's what I do. So if you want a great time and have a smile on your face, then come along and rock with me. You'll certainly leave with a buzz and the biggest grin on your face at the end of the night.
That's a pretty sound recommendation, really. So the next kind of 12 months, what can we expect? Is there a new album in the works? Are you likely to be back here?
Look, I've got a few songs that I'm thinking about, but I'm also wondering whether to stay in Australia, because rock is really mostly prevalent in Europe these days.
Right.
USA, I'm thinking about moving there again, but rock's really a poor cousin over there at the moment. The labels are concentrating on rap and hip hop and that kind of stuff, and so many rockers in America are just so disillusioned that they're being ignored over there. And most of the world sort of follows suit in a way, but Europe still loves to rock. So I may even end up moving to Europe.
Wow, and what kind of country are you thinking at the moment?
Well, I don't know really. The Norwegian boys want me to live over there. The UK boys want me to live here. We'll have to wait and see, I guess.
Could you cope with the temperature change?
I don't know if I can handle Norway.
No.
Because with the summer it was very cold and raining a little bit, and they said to me that they don't call it summer in Norway, they just call it 2 months of bad ski weather. So I don't know if I can handle that.
I know, like no sunshine ever it would be.
Yeah, so I don't think it'll be Norway.
Well, I feel like I'm going to have to let you go, sadly, because obviously you're playing quite soon. Just a quick question to finish on. Obviously you've sung with the amazing AC/DC. How often do you kind of think, I wonder how different things would have been if I'd stayed?
It's not a matter of that, because when I split with the band, it was an untenable situation. I wasn't getting on with anybody in the band really.
Yeah.
Our third bass player and drummer, and I didn't really know them when they joined. Angus and Malcolm and I weren't really getting on well. I'd had a physical scrape with the manager at that time as well. It's one of those things. But then again, like I say, if somebody could have said to Bon Scott, hey, you've got a great chance of joining this great up-and-coming band with a hit record, but you're only going to be alive for 6 years. Now, what would he have said? I mean, what ifs and that kind of thing, But as I said, Bon did a great job with the band, but unfortunately, the lifestyle, sort of killed him in the end.
So the physical scrape with the manager, I think we have to hear this story.
Well, we were doing the biggest gigs in the country at the time. We'd done the Sydney Opera House, Festival Hall, that kind of thing. We were doing sometimes 3 gigs a day, lunchtime, early show, late show.
Yeah.
And we were on TV with Can I Sit Next to You Girl, it was a hit record. And we had no money at all. We were scraping together between the 5 of us to buy hamburgers, this kind of thing, or fish and chips. And the manager seemed to be doing okay. He seemed to be flying around the country and getting his hair permed and buying new clothes and that kind of thing. And so we were questioning where was all the money going to. And not only that, I was living in Sydney at the time, and of course I was paying rent there, supposedly, but I was getting no money at all to pay rent. I mean, Angus and Malcolm Young, they lived with their parents, so that didn't sort of bother them. But I remember saying, look, I've got to get at least a wage a week to cover my rent, because otherwise I won't have anywhere to go back home. And it sort of got to that, and so I just flew into him one night, and when he started giving me some lip, and it sort of pulled apart pretty quickly. But of course, things weren't the same after that.
No, you look so gentle as well. I can't imagine you hitting anybody.
No.
So, you
nobody
don't get on the wrong side.
No one that doesn't deserve it, put it that way.
Wonderful. Well, thanks so much for your time.
It's right for listening.
Great to see you again, and we'll look forward to the show.
Thank you.